Okay, so we know what's going on with the gun bans and everything in the news, right? As a matter of fact, the focus of the whole entire nation right now is whether teens should have guns. There's legislation on the books. I can't believe Trump. I'm actually very pissed at Trump that all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're going to arrest this and Hillary's going to prison. Da, 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 da. Oh, but meanwhile, we're going to restrict your Second Amendment. What? We'll throw you out of office, you son of a bitch. Now, look, a student allegedly kills parents at Central Michigan University. Suspect still at large following dormitory shooting. Now, just hold on, because this gives you the facts, and the facts are very suspicious. So, okay, so apparently his dad was a cop, but guess what? He had contact, and he got taken in a couple hours before. Now, when has that happened before? So the authorities took him in, and the school has this like brand new medical science facility, right? Authorities on the campus of Central Michigan University searching for a suspect in Mount Pleasant, Michigan on Friday. Now, Melissa Korn, that's who wrote it. A student at Central Michigan University allegedly shot and killed his mother and police officer father in a dormitory Friday morning. So apparently his mother and father live with them in the dormitory. Okay? I lived in a dorm. My mother and father never came there. Not once. I saw other... actually, I don't remember parents being in there. Maybe on like night where we had screenings, but it wasn't in the dorms. They were in the screening rooms. Or, you know what I'm saying? But, okay, so a student at Central Michigan University allegedly shot and killed his mother and police officer father in a dormitory Friday morning. So, in the dormitory on a Friday morning, he shot and killed his parents. Do they live on campus with him? I don't know. CMU police confirmed 2 individuals were fatally shot at Campbell Hall on campus this morning. The deceased are not students, and police believe the situation started from a domestic situation. There are no additional injuries. Suspect is still at large. But don't worry, they put him in yellow mustard-colored pants, so, you know, it's almost like an arrow on his back. Here he is. The student, identified as 19-year-old James Eric Davis Jr., had to be James, didn't it? 19-year-old James Eric Davis Jr. was still at large late Friday afternoon, and the campus remained on lockdown. The Central Michigan University Police Department identified the victims as James Eric Davis Sr. and Diva Janine Davis, and confirmed they were the suspects' parents. An Illinois State Representative, Emmanuel Chris Welch, tweeted his condolences Friday afternoon, noting that Mr. Davis Sr. was an officer with the Bellwood, Illinois Police Department. The shooting comes amid a nationwide conversation, give me a break. That's a nice way of putting it. It's not a conversation. It's basically the New World Order trying to take away our rights and brainwashing people. Let's just get it straight. Oh, it's just a nice, simple conversation. It's not a conversation, Melissa. Is that her name? Melissa? What's your name? Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, it's not a conversation, Melissa. The shooting comes amid a nationwide conversation about gun control. Including whether teenagers should have access to firearms in the wake of a school shooting in Parkland, Florida that killed 17. Oh, let's not start. Everything was kosher with that, right? And I'm just wondering, teenagers go and they fight our wars. Basically, they keep us from having to deal with any sort of crap, teenagers, mind you. They're the ones that are in the jets in the Air Force. They're the ones that are on front lines. They have guns. It's been done for decades, millennia. All of a sudden, there's some problem with kids not being responsible. Now, by the way, there were no guns allowed on this campus. This campus was, I think, a gun-free zone as to begin with. So just let your wheels turn and see, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? It's unbelievable. So right at the time that that they were having this huge debate, they do this. Central Michigan University Police said the suspect fled on foot, and as of Friday afternoon, there was more than 100 officers looking for Mr. Davis. Michigan State Police tweeted that they had committed aviation, canine, and emergency support team resources to the incident, but that the Central Michigan University Police were leading the investigation. Maybe he was in some research, room or board or office or whatever, drugged up while the thing was going, and then they just kick him to the curb with bright yellow pants on, and they already have a bolo out. It just doesn't make sense. You shoot. I mean, first of all, it doesn't make sense just shooting your parents. You're gonna shoot your parents? Now, I understand people have arguments and things get hot and whatever, but the parents were at the university and he killed him and then went on the run, avoiding police for how long? Avoiding 100. You can't outrun a radio. Was this guy a magician? Oh, and by the way, it gets to the best part coming down here. They picked him up the night before and they drugged him. Listen to this. Michigan State Police tweeted that they had committed aviation, canine, and emergency support team resources to the incident, but that the Central Michigan University Police were leading the investigation. So you got university police leading the investigation, but you got these people in the air, canine, emergency support, ... It just seems like the chain of command is reversed on that. If you don't, I'm just trying to point things out. It smells beyond fishy to me. Just everything. City of Mount Pleasant tweeted out, the person of interest is James Eric Davis Jr. He is a black male, approximately 19 years of age, 5'10", 135 pounds. He was last seen wearing mustard yellow jeans and a blue hoodie. The suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Do not approach the suspect. Call 911 immediately. So right off the bat, let's just say this, and that is basically, anytime you get this guy ends up dying. So you're never going to get his story. You know what I'm saying? He's armed and dangerous, and I mean, I could see them doing something and then having like a patsy. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it just seems awfully suspect. The timing is just really questionable. The parents being at your dorm. I mean, if you went to college, ask yourself, if you lived on campus or by campus, when did you have both your parents over in the dorm? At the dorm, not your house, but a dorm. You know what I'm saying? It's just... The city of Mount Pleasant said in a tweet that the suspect was considered armed and dangerous. Okay. University police had contact with Mr. Davis Thursday night. So the university police had contact with this guy Thursday night when he was transported to a hospital because of a possible drug-related incident, according to Larry Claus. So this guy was in the hospital a couple hours before, and then somehow the parents aren't at the hospital. They're at the dorm, and he comes back from the hospital, kills his parents, and goes on the run. A lieutenant with the Central Michigan University Police Department said, this guy, Larry Claus. So Thursday night, the night before this incident, He was taken to a hospital because of a possible drug-related incident. So that could be a serious, I don't know what the hell that meant. Could have been overdosed. He could have been poisoned. He could have been roofied. Who knows? He could have been, roofied, and then he went to the university police, and then they took him, and they took him to the thing. That possibly might be it. Somebody got to him. Something happened. Maybe kill two birds with one stone. Maybe this was a troublesome police officer in the force. Something happened. I mean, the way that they do this, you're not going to figure it out. You have to literally do like so much research, and even then you have to call, you have to figure it out, you have to go, because it's just so misleading and it's so crazy. And then if you have something like this, like the New World Order behind it, it gets sketchier, because they have so many operatives in so many places, so many things. It's like an octopus. It's literally fighting an octopus, Just to find the truth is like fighting an octopus underwater. It's just unbelievable. The university issued an emergency alert around 9:30 a.m. local time, saying there were reports of shots fired at Campbell Hall dormitory and urging the community to shelter in place. So they already got everybody to get out of the way. So everybody's sheltering in place. You got all these police. You got them in aviation. You got dogs everywhere. Yet they couldn't find this guy. It's not like he blended in or whatever. He's in bright yellow jeans. I don't know. Who wears bright yellow jeans? Mustard jeans. Dormitory, and urging the community to shelter in place. It posted a tweet shortly before 11 a.m. confirming the two fatalities. Lieutenant Claus had said the incident stemmed from a family-type domestic issue. Yeah. So four words. Oh, don't worry. It was a family-type domestic issue. Go back to sleep. What kind of family domestic issue? What was this drug thing, the hospital? Why'd you take the guy hours before he supposedly killed both of his parents in his dormitory? Why did you guys take him to a hospital? What'd you guys do? What happened? What's going on? Colleges have long debated whether to allow student, staff, and faculty to carry guns on campus. Texas lawmakers in 2015 began allowing gun owners to carry handguns in dorms, classrooms, and other buildings at public universities, while similar bills have been floated in more than a dozen other states. Lieutenant Claus said weapons aren't permitted on campus at Central Michigan, so it's a gun-free zone. So once again, it's a gun-free zone. These never happen where guns are permitted. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Friday was the last day before spring break at the university. Campus police officers began escorting students away from resident halls and other buildings Friday afternoon. So the last day before spring break, where they're not going to have kids poking around. They have time to, clean up. It's break time. By the way, on my first video, they had 2 scheduled meetings that they canceled just days prior to. I looked at the list. It's not usual for them to cancel these meetings. So right before this event, they canceled 2 meetings. Friday was the last day before spring break at the university. Campus police officers began escorting students away from resident halls and other buildings Friday afternoon. And if you want Melissa Korn's email address, it's melissa.korn@wsj.com. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. The timing and just everything. Just it stinks to high hell. Anyway, I wanted to at least give you those facts.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA.
Central Michigan Research University. Central Michigan University is Larry Joe Campbell, according to Jim. Jeff Daniels, the guy that was playing with Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. Reality TV star of Trading Spaces. Terry O'Quinn co-starred on Lost as John Locke. Remember John Locke? Well, this is John Locke. This is where John Locke went to school. Amy Roloff, reality TV star of Little People, Big World. Brad Slate, The Young and the Restless, Love Chronicles, Unsolved Mysteries. Broadcasting, you have a whole bunch of syndicated talk show broadcasters, talk show hosts, correspondents, working at CBS, USA Today, editor, a cartoonist, an award-winning editorial cartoonist. Okay. Now, hold on. Okay, that's not all, because that's just some notable ones, right? But it has a lot of people that are tied into the entertainment industry. I'll show you what I mean. So there was some people that are in broadcasting, acting. Here's journalism, right? Here's politics and military. Alveda King, who is Martin Luther King's niece, the civil rights leader, Martin Luther King. Also, she's an activist, author, and former state representative for the 28th District in Georgia House of Representatives. Ralph Baker, U.S. Army Brigadier General. Lots of Army in here. Lots of Army. Current Governor of Kentucky. Former Speaker of the Michigan House of Representatives. U.S. Coast Guard Vice Admiral and 25th Vice Commandant of the United States Coast Guard. Marine Corps Lieutenant General. U.S. Senator and House of Representatives member. Robert Griffin. U.S. Army Colonel and President of Indiana Society of Professional Engineers. Lieutenant General in the Army. Major General in the Army. General and Commander of Joint Forces Command. His Army General. 32nd District in Michigan House of Representatives. So I'm seeing Army, House of Representatives, media. Brenda Lawrence, current member of Congress, mayor of Southfield, Michigan, and 2010 Democratic Party nominee for Lieutenant Governor of Michigan, Major General in United States Marine Corps, 2016 presidential candidate, a former Maryland State delegate, Army Colonel, last official combat casualty of Vietnam War, a U.S. Army Colonel disciplined from the Abu Ghraib prisoner abuse scandal, Air Force Colonel and Florida Representative. It's weird how they put that in there, that like it's in his resume. U.S. Army Colonel disciplined from the Abu Ghraib prisoner abuse scandal. Anyway, then we got an Air Force Colonel, Florida Representative, 14th Chief of Chaplains of the United States Air Force, represents 102nd District in Michigan House of Representative, Air Force General and Commander of NATO. We have more Air Force, a Brigadier General. We got a politician who represents 15th Legislative District in New Jersey General Assembly, U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel and Tennessee Representative, Army General, Commander of Army Material Command, Air Force Lieutenant General, Commander of 15th Air Force, 35th Chief of Staff of United States Army, Air Force, Army Colonel, Major General, Army, Commanding Officer, Fort Bliss, businessman and retired U.S. Marine Corps General, Now look at all the sports. For everything from MMA to UFC, dozens of NFL players from Chicago Bears to the Cleveland Browns, Buffalo Bills, ESPN broadcaster, American Israeli professional basketball player, Pittsburgh Steelers, Arizona Diamondbacks. We have Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Indiana Hoosiers, UCF Knights Women in Volleyball, Green Bay Packers, The Ultimate Fighter, mixed martial artist, a winner, The Ultimate Fighter 13, the winner, Tony Ferguson. We have Kansas City Chiefs offensive tackle, Cincinnati Bengals center, Indiana Colts defensive back, Josh Gordy. We got Detroit Lions, primarily for the Detroit Lions, a former NFL player, quarterback for Dallas Cowboys, professional basketball player, NFL tight end, former NFL defensive back, Cincinnati Bengals, NFL defensive end for the Washington Redskins, All-Star and Grey Cup champion, NBA player currently with the Portland Trail Blazers, NFL offensive tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals, MLB pitcher, this guy, quarterback with the Jaguars, Bears, and Colts. We got an NBA player, Phoenix Suns. We got a women's basketball head coach, Michigan State. Offensive lineman for the Dolphins. All right, so we got some All-American girls professional baseball player. Wide receiver, former NFL Washington Redskins, Seattle Seahawks running back, Atlanta Hawks. More Israeli Basketball Premier League. So, Israeli Basketball Premier League. NFL first-round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers. We got George the Animal Steele, a professional wrestler. We got a pitcher, MLB pitcher for the Twins. We got Al Rookie of the Year, shortstop, primarily with the New York Yankees, Tom Tresh. NFL defensive lineman, Houston Texans. We got the Oakland Athletics, the Oakland A's. Current pitching coach, NFL linebacker, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, in the miscellaneous, this is all alumni. We got this guy, Jeff Caponigro, or whatever. Caponigro. This guy's in public relations and executive of public relations, actor, entrepreneur, former journalist. So this guy's PR. And I tried to look him up, and of course, being a PR, it gives, you know what I mean? It's like he wrote this himself. There's not, but check this out. All right, it just gets into this, but check this out. PR Week magazine, 20 greatest PR campaigns ever. He was awarded Silver Anvil Award for Public Affairs Program to encourage passage of seatbelt use laws in 48 states and increase national seatbelts by 300%. So that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, seatbelts. This guy's a good guy. Just hold your horses. Crisis management work on the largest recall in history of the automotive industry. The 95 recall of the seatbelts. Michigan Governor John Engler appointed this guy to serve a 6-year term as a trustee on the board of Central Michigan University. He also served 2 years as chairman of the CMU Board of Trustees and was inducted into the CMU Journalism Hall of Fame in 2009. He established an endowment at Central Michigan University that provides a full-ride scholarship in perpetuity for financially needy students majoring in journalism or public relations, and established a separate endowment at Central Michigan University to fund the Campanigro Multimedia Journalism Lab on campus. So, to me, that seems like Mockingbird CIA setup-ish. It just gives me that feeling. That's just my feelings. And then you got a whole bunch of army. You got a whole bunch of media people. This isn't even a media school. You know what I mean? It's just it just seems like one of these schools. And I haven't even got to the parts that these are like the whatever things. You know, like this. There's nothing. Just this is just like little factoids that start adding to a picture. I just want you to, read what I read, because after reading all this, I was like, I started getting a picture of this place, because check this out. All right, so this guy, let's get off this guy. So basically, yeah, he's in PR, whatever. Okay. So let's go down here. So we got climatologists, pornographic actress Brandy Love, British Airways CEO, professor of philosophy and religion, fine art, photographer, animation artist, geographer, and climatologist, C.W. Thornwaite, Bill Schwab, Guy Newland, professor of philosophy and religion. I know these names. Like, these are like pretty big people. This guy, the screenwriter, director, producer, and founding partner at 10 West Studios. I know 10 West Studios. This is it's big. My girlfriend, she used to work right next to there, so it's so I know this place. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Okay, hold on. Just all I'm saying is it has these like crazy connections. And then this one, he's already spent a year and a half on writing this kids comedy. So it has a tie-in with big studios and children's Disney type stuff, right? God's Not Dead, starring Kevin Sorbo, David A.R. White. All right. So you got the best director at Beverly Hills Film Festival, War Prayer, Midnight Clear, The Red Veil. Ooh, it's raining. The Agent, War Prayer, Secret of the Cave, Tug, What If, Christmas with a capital C, Johnny, Return to the Hiding Place, Jerusalem Countdown, Mickey Matson and the Copperhead Conspiracy, Silver Bells, God's Not Dead, God's Not Dead 2, God Bless the Broken Road. Okay. Mason County Press. Exclusively filmed in Mason and Manistee counties. All right. Celebrity Network. Fandango. Harold Kronk in Fandango. This is this guy. All right. The religious drama God's Not Dead surprises at box office. LA Times archive blah 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 blah. Divergent. Okay. So this, at first I was thinking this is one type of place, but check this out. Check this out. All right, so this is Central Michigan University, but it's a research. Look. Okay. Central Michigan University is a public research facility, or a public research university located in Mount Pleasant in the U.S. state of Michigan, right in the middle of the Great Lakes. So you got the Great Lakes surrounding it. Established in 1892, Central Michigan University is one of the largest universities in the state of Michigan and one of the nation's 100 largest public universities. It has more than 20,000 students on its Mount Pleasant campus and 7,000 students enrolled online at more than 60 locations worldwide. Now, I just thought that's like their seal right here. And you got the genie with the open book. Seems a little Masonic. And then you have, right up here, you have the bull. See the horns? And then you got the eagle, or the, what is it called? Not falcon. The stupid thing that it comes up from the ashes. That dumb bird. You know, the phoenix or whatever. The phoenix rising from the ashes. And then it looks like they're, I don't know, it's like some sort of bowl or something. It's horrible because it's super small, but anyway, we've seen this bird before, right? And I thought this is very weird with this genie. Like I said, I'm just looking at everything. Wisdom, virtue, friendship. So, friendship, as in, your contacts, kind of a contact school like USC. That's what I kind of get that feeling. All right. So the administrative staff is 1441. It's the same backwards and forwards. I just thought that was weird. It has nothing to do with anything, I don't think. The colors are blood red and gold. But check this out. So it offers programs at the 200 academic programs at the undergraduate, master's, specialist, and doctoral levels, including nationally recognized programs in entrepreneurship. So that means taking somebody under the wing and entrepreneurship is basically, if you have it in media, since it's not like one type of thing, you're doing a whole bunch of things. You usually, in media, they would do this. Like when I worked at Entertainment Tonight, they would do these entrepreneurships, but it wasn't like, oh, you got into the entrepreneurship or whatever. They would want to pick you, and then they would try you out for a while. And you had to click with the person that you were under. So it was, it's a really weird relationship thing, these entrepreneurships. But what they do is at first you are, a slave and you suffer and you do all this stuff, but you're learning the ins and outs of whatever as far as media, everything that had to do with Entertainment Tonight, and then it kind of went off into I forget the other show, but it was like that anyway. And they had the same type of people you would see, and then the people that didn't make that anyway. So, but I just went off on that. Entrepreneurship, journalism, same kind of deal. Music, audioology, all right? Audioology. Teacher education, psychology, physician assistant. And remember, the ones that give the drugs are the physician assistants. The School of Engineering and Technology has a BET credited programs in mechanical, electrical, and computer engineering. The university's neuroscience program was named Program of the Year in 2013 by the Society for Neuroscience, which is in Washington, D.C., and CMU has also established a College of Medicine, which opened 2013. So 5 years ago, this huge College of Medicine opened up. All right. Now, and then also at the same year, this neuroscience, whole program in neuroscience. The Society for Neuroscience is a professional society headquartered in Washington, D.C., for basic scientists and physicians around the world whose research is focused on the study of the brain and nervous system, which it says it's founded in 1969. Neuroscience. Now, this is at 1121 14th Street, Northwest Suite 1010, Washington, D.C., 20005. Nearly 37,000 members as of 2017. We got this guy, Richard L. Hugener, as president. And then this chick, Diane Lipscomb, president-elect. All right? Now, hold on. I forgot everything because I had to go around, but hold on. So it was something that they did. Ooh, it's coming down hard. History, I think it is. All right, the stated mission of the society is advance the understanding of the brain and the nervous system, provide professional development activities, information and educational resources, promote public information and general education about science and neuroscience, inform legislators, that means that they are communicating with legislators, and they're having partnerships and things with legislators, inform legislators and other policymakers, Congress, people that write our laws, government, and other policymakers about the implications of research for public policy, societal benefit, and continued scientific progress. Think DARPA's involved with all this? You don't think DARPA would not be in the middle of this, do you? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see all these connections? The society published 2 peer-reviewed scientific journals. The Journal of Neuroscience publishes papers on a broad range of topics of general interest to those working on the nervous system. eNeuro is an open-access journal that publishes high-quality, broad-based, peer-reviewed research focused solely on the field of neuroscience. So we got this annual meeting held Washington, D.C. The first one was in 71, attended by 1,396 scientists. Subsequent meetings have been held annually in a variety of cities throughout the U.S., with the exception of the 1988 meeting, which was held in Canada. Attendance has increased to approximately 30,000 attendees. The 2017 meeting was held in Washington, D.C., and the 2018 meeting will be held in San Diego. Okay? There's a reason why I'm going over all this. I might have missed some stuff, but I just wanted to give you a thing. Now, we know what's going on. By the way, I just want to make this, I'm not bullying anybody. Please don't take away my channel, Google. I'm just, this is research purposes only.
List.